Alright guys, so I just got back, I got back from my hunting trip on Saturday, and I decided to make a video on it because, I don't know, you guys might like it. I'll try to make this interesting. So, we went up for deer hunting with my dad, my friend Jason, and of course, me. Um, we went to up to Mount Jefferson past Detroit, that's in Oregon. Um, So originally we were going to be deer hunting, and we had a 22 250 rifle. So we had this great setup. We had this tent that had a fire, or like a wood burning stove inside of it. So yeah, we got in really late that first night and just decided that we'd go to bed. So we set up the tent and went to bed. And when I tried to sleep, Jason, he snored so freaking loud. Like I can't even explain it. We gave him trouble for the rest of the trip over it. It was like if you were to shake a whistle and put it up to a mic, just like a rattling noise. It sounded like it came from his throat. So the first day, pretty tired. We just kind of walked around, followed some prints, went on some old service roads. Saw nothing. Actually, we saw a lot of elk prints and barely any deer prints. Tucker. So we checked our elk tag, and it turned out that elk season will start the next day, and we didn't really have any idea. We thought we were coming for deer, but there didn't seem to be any deer there. So we drove back to Detroit, got some elk bags, some scent, food, like lunch, of course. We got a smaller knife, and we watched a video on how to gut an elk since we're all novice, and yeah, so we had to go back to where we had service to do that. And luckily we had two rifles. So the 22 250s are pretty small round, even for a buck. And we switched out to our 7 millimeter Magnum. And so we came back and started tracking again. We found this major elk crossroads. We tracked this big bull elk to this huge interstate basically. And we decided to go back there the next morning and set up and wait. So we went back to camp. I tried to sleep again. Jason let me get a head start this time, and I was trying to fall asleep so hard that I couldn't actually fall asleep, and he fell asleep before me, of course. The next morning, I put my ghillie suit on, and we drove as close as we could get to that spot. So I found the stump that I decided to nestle down on, and we had a shooting stick. And then my dad just took a nap. Of course, that was after giving off the scent of his poop to the entire city of Detroit. So we sat there for what felt like 3 hours. Yeah, it was a long time to just sit still. Tried my luck with the elk call, got nothing. Literally just saw nothing the entire trip except for so many tracks. So we just went back to the car and went back to camp. And we drive in on camp, and there was 10 to 15 birds just sitting on the stove, eating the spare grease and stuff. So we're like, well, we couldn't get an elk, so we may as well try our luck with a bird. So at first I was trying to shoot them with my deer hunting rifle, but that was sighted into 100 yards, so it didn't really work from 20 feet away. So we all pulled out our pistols. We all had a pistol. Such a shame we dropped him in the lake, by the way. But we were all so the three of us, we all had a pistol, and they would all land, and we just go pop, 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 pop. Just shooting all willy nilly. We probably did about 150 rounds, and by the end we only got one bird. So a lot of feather shots, but one bird. And we had breakfast burritos for lunch-ish. I don't know. It was still 10:30. So a bit later, this guy comes into camp, and he's like, "Are you the ones that have been shooting?" And we're like, yes. And he's like, "Well, there's a lot of people trying to elk hunt here." And we had decided to stop because we knew that it was really dumb of us. And we're like, "All right, we're done. You don't have to worry about that." And gosh, I was really just gonna freaking shoot us. So my dad decided to take another nap, of course, and me and Jason just went on a walk, talking about some stuff. Um, and when we came back and we all packed up and we just head out, and that was basically the whole trip. So we didn't get anything. We had a pretty fun time. We did get one bird. Oh, I'm totally forgetting. So we on the way back we were planning on going fishing. So we went off onto this side road where we knew had a good creek for fishing. And on the way in, we drove by this gate that was wide open, right? And it said road closed, but it was completely just swung open. And we're like, huh, that's a bit strange. Like, hope we don't get trapped in here. So we stop, we go fishing. We all caught fish that were about that big. So it was still fun though. Like creek fishing is kind of fun. And this ranger comes up right when we're finishing, and he's like, this road was closed, and we're like, no, we didn't. And he's like, well, someone actually drive through the barricade, and we were like, barricade? What is he talking about? Like we literally just drove straight through the road with no problem. And he was like, yeah, originally I was coming here to get a guy that was camping up at Marion Lake, which is another camping place in Detroit. And he's like, and so like you must have had to like move the barricade. And we're like, we didn't go through any barricade. And, so we got a ticket, unfortunately. And on the way back, we saw that the road closed gate swung wide open. So we like took pictures of that, because my dad's a lawyer and Jason's a lawyer, and they just got talking about all these like rules and clauses and like lawyery constitution stuff. They were like taking pictures of everything, and they talked about like the letter they were going to compile for like an hour and a half, and then we got home, and that was basically the end of our trip. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you made it all the way through, then that was stupid. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe for more Christian conservative truth, and comment down below or email me at ccmedia17 if you guys like this, or if I should never do this again, or if you have ideas for other videos or what you want to see me talk on next. And make sure to turn on notifications so that you can tune in next time for that Christian conservative truth.